From the Northway Bank Online Newsroom, I'm Gare McKenzie. This local and regional news update is brought to you by Northway Bank. Want a Northway Bank teller to keep in your pocket? There's an app for that, now available for iPhone and Android. Download yours today. Northway Bank with 17 locations throughout New Hampshire. The people you know, the bank you trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. New Hampshire Governor Maggie Hassan is scheduled to deliver the commencement address this evening to the 12th graduating class of Eagle Academy at Kennett High School in North Conway. The Academy is an after-school hours alternative to regular classes at the high school. They earn a high school diploma. Spokesman for the governor says this year's graduating class includes 15 students and 4 general educational development test recipients. The governor is scheduled to be at Kennett at 5:30. Prior to her arrival in Conway, Hassan will speak and lay a wreath at the annual New Hampshire State Veterans Cemetery Memorial Day ceremony in Boscawen. Organizers hope for a large turnout at 3 public meetings next week to discuss options for the development of affordable workforce housing in the Valley. Called the Mount Washington Valley Housing Design Charrette Listening Sessions. The 3 meetings are co-sponsored by the Mount Washington Valley Housing Coalition and the White Mountain Board of Realtors. Housing Coalition Director Teresa Kennett says charrette is a French word.
A charrette is an intensive planning session where citizens, planners, and other housing industry professionals collaborate on a vision for development. And in this case, it's workforce housing. That would be affordable housing for people who work in Mount Washington Valley.
Kennett's group looks for opportunities to develop more affordable workforce housing in the Valley so area workers can live affordably near where they work. Housing design teams made up of housing industry professionals will listen to residents at the charrette sessions next week to hear what they think about local development. The first meeting will be Monday night, June 3rd at the Freiburg, Maine town office, where attendees will consider a 20-acre parcel being offered for sale on Haleytown Road in Freiburg. The second meeting Tuesday night will be held at the Conway Public Library, where a 22-acre parcel on East Conway Road will be discussed. The third and final listening session will be held at the Jackson Town office Wednesday night to discuss land and buildings on Main Street in Jackson. All the meetings start at 7 p.m. Kennett says the properties are real, but the exercise is hypothetical because it falls outside of the permitting process.
The benefit of a hypothetical process is that it does give everybody the opportunity to share information without it becoming contentious. When somebody really wants to develop a property a certain way and the town has certain regulations, that relationship can sometimes become contentious. But in this process, we're just really demonstrating that if regulations were perhaps a little bit different, a type of housing that is affordable for the workforce, that fits into the landscape, could actually be developed.
The design teams will synthesize the data from the meetings and present possible development options. For more information, see the website at mwvhc-nh.org or call Kennett at 603-452-7414. In Maine news, Democratic legislative leaders are calling for a delay in tax cuts enacted last session. They say the delay is needed to balance a $6.3 billion 2-year budget without shifting tax increases to property taxpayers. Backed by about 50 Democratic lawmakers yesterday, House Speaker Mark Eves and Senate President Justin Alfond said the tax cuts passed in 2011 are not paid for and should be delayed for another budget cycle in order to balance the budget that must be passed by June 30th. The 2 leaders also said the proposed budget that proposes to suspend revenue sharing for 2 years is unacceptable because it shifts more than $400 million in new taxes to property taxpayers. Republican Senate Leader Michael Thibodeau says Democrat spending, not tax cuts, are the problem. In sports, Pittsburgh Pirate pitcher Jeff Locke is scheduled to take to the mound tonight as his Bucks take on the Detroit Tigers at home. The Portland Sea Dogs thrashed the New Hampshire Fisher Cats 9-1 last night at Hadlock Field in Portland, and the Philadelphia Phillies beat the Boston Red Sox 4-3 last night. In the weather today, mostly sunny, much warmer with highs in the mid-80s. West winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight, lows in the mid-50s, upper 50s in southern Carroll County. Northwest winds around 10 miles per hour, with gusts up to 20 in the evening, becoming light, and partly sunny Friday, highs in the upper 80s. From the Northway Bank Online Newsroom, I'm Gary McKenzie.